What's up, people?
Hi everyone, how you doing today?
Welcome back to our channel.
Team Oppie and Ayo.
Team Oppie and Ayobami.
Oppemi and Ayobami, basically. So yeah, we hope you are well. Let's get straight to the point. We've got
straight to the point.
Got like a, should we say, well, we always say we're a serious topic, but like we end up, smiling because we can't help with the smilers. Anyway, yeah, so we've got a topic today, a very important topic, I would say, and I think it applies to everyone, single, married, just in general. Yeah. The topic is, we'll just say, we're not perfect.
Yeah, we're not perfect. And what that means is, she's not perfect, I am not perfect, and we, as a couple, obviously we're one now, are not perfect. So we are not perfect, okay? And we're going to be explaining why we're not perfect. Basically, we're going to just be telling you the truth, what the truth is. It's not like we've been telling you lies before.
No, we've not been lying. Don't say that, baby. We always like to tell you the truth. Yeah. And we, most times, all the time that we come and talk to you is because of a discussion that we've had. Yeah. Or a situation that we've had. Or something that happened. And something that happened. So in this instance, something that I saw brought out this discussion. Yeah. And I will basically tell you what I saw. Okay, yeah. What I saw is I was walking down the street. No, I'm joking. I was...
Give it a bit, give it a bit. As I was walking down the street, chilling with my boo. You know how we do, yeah, it's me and you. Hey!
Okay, for real now. Okay, so for real, I was walking down the street and I was going down in the tube station and they have these signs sometimes, and the sign, this particular sign said, don't compare your behind the scenes in quotes, to other people's highlights. I'll say that again. Don't compare your behind the scenes to other people's highlights.
What does that mean? Can you please elaborate?
Wow, well that was deep for me.
Very deep.
Don't compare what happens in your behind to what people have prepared to show you at the forefront. Quite simply. Yeah. I feel like that also means don't compare your maybe bad moments to other people's perfected good moments. Yeah,
perfected in quotes.
Perfected good moments. So I'm gonna take it back and we're gonna say,
let's start from the Genesis. The Genesis.
Okay. So let's start from the Genesis. Firstly, so what exactly is being perfect? Or what is perfection?
Not any human being on this earth. Not any human being on this earth.
Is perfect.
Is perfect.
And what is that? I think perfection is being without flaws.
Without faults, without flaws, without stain, without blemish.
Yeah. Without blemish, being perfect. So no fault, no defects.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Do you understand?
No fault, no defects. Yeah.
No defects in your way of life. No defects in your behavior.
In your character.
In your character. No defects in your looks. No defects in. Do you understand?
And that's why I say it can't be any human being, because every human has at least 10,000 fake facts. Sorry. Every human has at least one flaw.
Yeah. Okay, and then so that brings us to marriage. So when we say we are not perfect, our marriage is not perfect.
It is not.
Our marriage is not perfect. Now, we do get a few comments or few, emails and things like that. Oh, you guys are perfect and things like that. Do you even argue?
We do.
We do.
We do. Like I always say, if Michaela could. Well, my baby can talk because she's a genius. But
no, Michaela, you'll be exposing us very soon,
Be like, Mommy, Daddy, you'll just be hearing, So, but yeah, if Michaela, because she sees it all, like she sees everything. Yeah. So we are not perfect. I'm not perfect. As individuals, we're not perfect. Yeah. So I feel like it's that quote is something that can happen to every couple. I feel like even I used to be like that. Yeah. I feel like sometimes even I'm like that, if I'm real. Like sometimes, like it's just human nature. It's so bad. It's just human nature. Sometimes you'll look, even with just little stuff like okay, let's say for instance gymming. You lot know that obviously I'm a size 8, so you lot know that I'm really slim. So, but if perchance I was like a size 12, if I was like size 12. So sometimes on Instagram, you know, like you get these pop-up feeds like of like maybe a woman banging, body on point, everything on point. She's buff as well, and I'll just be like, flipping hell, like why can't I look like that? But how much effort and work has she put in?
Yeah.
And I ain't put in nothing, and I want to be like that. So that's my behind the scenes,
yeah.
and I want to get to her highlights.
Yeah.
But she might have had so many behind the scenes to get to that highlight.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not willing to put in that work, and I want to be. Is it envious of her?
Well, yeah, kind of. Not envious, but you're. Funny enough, it's not bad. Maybe I don't think it's bad to want to be like that. Do you understand? To admire.
To admire.
So when you admire and then you're now motivated to do something, I think that's good. Okay. However, when you don't, it's not like you necessarily admire. You're a bit envious that why do they have this and I don't have that.
So let's put it into marriage now, or relationship.
Exactly.
Why is their relationship like that and mine's is not like that?
It's rubbish. That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Not even mine's is not like that. Mine is rubbish. So you now start to, that's where the problem comes. You now start to devalue yourself and devalue what you have.
That's
the
it.
good that you have, the good man or the good woman that you have. Because they always say the grass is
it's not always greener
on the other side.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's going on in their home.
Yeah.
And someone even said to me, the grass is greener on the other side because they've chosen to water it.
Water.
So they've put in their own effort. Yeah.
So what does that mean? It means water your own grass.
Water your own.
Water your own grass.
Don't let it become weeds.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you what. Yeah. In terms of bringing it to marriage or bringing it to relationships. Yeah. There's many times, or even in like past relationships, where there was a bit of comparison. Oh, why can't we be like these guys? Why can't we be like those guys? Now you don't know what happens behind the scenes. You know, when those guys are alone. So what you see is the highlights. What you see is social. Please, not everything you see on social media is real. Not everything is
coming from us who are on social media.
No, really, because not everything is true. Do you understand? We try to sell you or tell you the facts and tell you the truth, and you know, I appreciate that you guys understand that. Yes, we try to be as real as possible.
We actually do try and be as
so
real as possible.
Not everything on social media is real. Do you understand? Everything is, some is just a show off. Some is just, you know, painting a perfect picture of an imperfect image, things like that, if I'm permitted to say that. However, what is marriage? So marriage is the coming together of two imperfect people, okay? And then as Christians, and based on our belief, we have one God who is perfect, okay?
Yeah.
Now that perfect God is in between us, okay? And then he has brought us together. So we have a perfect God, and we are two imperfect people, and then we are able to make things work. So God is helping us.
Gradually.
And it's a process.
Gradually.
It's a process.
That's what my mom always says, like, even after how many years, she's still learning.
Yeah.
It's a, marriage is a school you never graduate from.
But you said something which I want us to go back to. You said something about devaluing what you have or devaluing yourself. Okay? Because sometimes, and I think if we take this to the single side of things. Say for example, a single guy or a single woman, and the reason why you're single is because you're waiting for that perfect man or that perfect woman sometimes, which
there's none.
You wouldn't find, unfortunately. You wouldn't find the perfect man or perfect woman. However, what will you do is get that perfect, imperfect woman and work on her.
Work on each other. Like
you work together.
You work on each other.
Do you understand?
You look for a perfect man or you look for a perfect woman, but what's the question? Are you yourself perfect?
You're not.
So what,
you're not.
Why are you looking for that perfect man or woman? Like both of you, imperfect as you are, work on each other. And the funny thing is, when you start to build, like I had some character flaws. It wasn't until we got together that those were able to fade away.
Yeah,
because
gradually.
each person will bring, how do I describe it? Like cover your weakness.
Yeah.
Or, you know, sort of molds a character. You know, so you can't find that perfect person.
Yeah,
so.
I think for us, what has helped us, as we said, our marriage and our relationship, in fact, not even marriage, let's call it our relationship, because we had this relationship before we got married. Now, our relationship keeps getting better, okay? And the reason why it keeps getting better is, like I said, so there's God in there who is perfect. And what we're doing, we've both made a conscious effort to get closer to this perfect God. And the more you get closer to be like God, who is perfect, then you yourself, you're building your own perfection. So you're not there, you're not perfect. Do you understand? Because you're human. However, God's plan is for us to be like Him. And we've allowed God to be the center of our marriage, to be the center of this relationship. And the closer we get to God, the closer we get together.
To each other.
Do you understand? And the closer we are to each other, and the closer we are able to relate and manage our imperfections. Do you understand? And there's a way that you can cover and manage these imperfections that makes it look like it's perfect. Do you understand? But it's actually not perfect. So ladies and gentlemen, what are we saying?
We're not perfect.
We are not perfect.
No one's perfect.
No marriage is perfect.
No marriage is perfect.
Okay? So don't let anyone sell you any lies.
Yep.
Don't let anyone make you devalue what you have.
What you have.
Do you understand?
That is probably good.
Yes, that is probably better off than what they have.
Yeah.
And you know one thing I noticed about bad people?
It's like that movie that we watched, baby. That Nigerian movie.
We actually watched the movie. I'm not going to tell you all the story because I think you know the movie.
Yeah, Eri Ife.
Was that it? Where basically different couples.
Three different couples.
They were friends.
No, 2 couples, 1 single girl. They were three friends.
Okay, our focus is on the couples. Let's try not to beat around the bush. Sorry, baby. So our focus is on the couples. So there was 2 couples there, yeah? And basically they were comparing themselves. And I, Mrs. A, I wanted to look like my marriage was perfect to Mrs. B. So I was always doing everything to make Mrs. B jealous of Mrs. A. Do you understand? Because I was trying to paint that perfect picture.
I would lie as well.
Lying that, my husband
baby,
is so
I miss
sweet.
you. Oh, baby. Meanwhile, husband's on the other line saying, why are you calling me? You never call me. Leave me alone. That kind of thing.
I think that's a perfect example of what we're trying to say.
You guys need to watch that movie.
Well, the ones that watch Nollywood or the ones
but if you can't understand Yoruba, is it subtitled?
Yeah, there's subtitles.
But watch it with a Yoruba friend.
Yeah, it was really good. So, and what that showed us was as we said, okay, so no comparison. And then, so what you think, that marriage or that relationship that you think
perfect.
Oh, I love these guys, I want to be like them, and you think it's perfect, and you're angry about what you have. By the time you realize, or by the time they open up to you, or by the time you realize the truth, you realize that they've got nothing. And what you have is actually way better than what they have. Okay? So it is good to have mentors, it is good to have people that you look up to, but I think let God be the focus.
Take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna be totally naked and honest with you.
And
most people are not.
Yeah. So I think you just have to be very careful. Okay? And then the reason why we're painting this picture is just because like we said, we don't want anyone sitting there and wondering or watching other people, do you understand? And thinking, oh yeah, that's perfect. They are perfect. Yes. So I want to be perfect.
And it can happen to anyone. It's happened to me. I say it openly that used to be me. I used to be like, oh, why can't my relationship be like that?
Yeah.
Why? And it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah.
Or why can't I be like that? Why can't I be like that? It doesn't do you any good. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. And when you find out the truth, you are disappointed in the person, but you're more disappointed in yourself. Like, why did I waste my time looking up and comparing myself to these people? So don't do it. Don't do it, y'all.
Don't do it, please. So back to your quote. We're going to round up now. Back to your quote. What was it again?
It says, don't compare your behind the scenes with other people's highlights.
Now, I think another interpretation of that is there's a story, okay, before the glory.
Hey! See my husband? He's a lyricist. Hey!
So there's a story before the glory, okay? Now, these people that you're seeing in front of the screen, or you're seeing on TV, or you're seeing worldwide, or wherever, do you understand? They've put in so much work, and now they've built something together, so understand? So they've written a story, and now there's a glory. Do you understand? So there's no test without a testimony. That's something else that I've heard. So there's a test before the testimony. Everyone will go through that test. Everyone has their behind the scenes, okay? We have our behind the scenes. Do you understand? Believe it or not. Which is why we're not perfect. But we've learned from those things and we've taken it forward.
By force or by choice. One of them. But we've learned.
We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot.
And we've still got so much learning to do.
That's it. But the reason why I'm happy is that people have seen me and told me or asked me that, Ayo, they can see a change. Because I was not like this. One day I'll share my story with you. I was not like this. I was not this loving. I've not always been this caring, loving guy. Do you understand? But then I've come, based on my relationship with God and based on who God has given to me as a wife, I have come to appreciate my wife. I have come to love her and I've come to treat her how God wants me to treat her. Nothing less. Do you understand? So one day we'll share some of these stories with you. I'll share my story with you, my personal story about, you know, how things used to be or how I used to be.
What's like saying you want to start a vlog without me?
You know?
No, don't get like I was feeling like solo.
Please help me tell her that.
Hey!
Help me tell my wife, please, that there is no Ayo without Ope. So it's Oppie and Ayo.
See what I mean.
So there's no me without you.
Okay, baby.
So I'm not doing anything without you. Okay?
Alright.
Do you feel better?
Yes, I feel better.
Good.
Okay.
Alright guys, do we have any last words?
No, we don't have any last.
So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let you go now. Remember, there is no perfect marriage. What's your quote?
Don't compare your behind the scenes to other people's highlights.
Only God is perfect.
Only God is perfect.
So allow God to be the center of your relationship.
Yep.
And you will be just fine. We're going to leave you now. Have a lovely week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.